What's up, everybody? John from Old Reading Farm here. Thanks for joining us. In today's video, everything is broken. Nothing works. I'm very sad. It's raining and everything sucks. Anyway, thanks for joining us. See you next week. No, just kidding. Sorry we missed Monday's video. It has been a little bit hectic around here. One of the good things is we actually hooked up with a wholesaler from the Connecticut Flower and Garden Show, and they have been selling our chainsaw carvings wholesale. And so we had 3 huge orders, which ended up being like the equivalent of 5 really good shows. So it has been a bit of a it's been a bit of a crazy time to try to get that stuff all done. But we are here now, and there are lots of things that are broken. To list them, I have one chainsaw where like the turn off switch doesn't work anymore, so in order to turn it off I have to put it like all the way to full choke, which is annoying. I have another one who I think the sprocket is going bad on. Let's see, the sawmill, the centrifugal clutch has burned out, so I need to replace that. And the problem with that is, now they told me up and down that I can replace the clutch without dismounting the engine. I was suspicious of this, and I'll show you why. And I ended up being right, they ended up being wrong, because it's a new sawmill. But anyway, I'm not sure whether that's something that I did or something that just sort of happened. I think it maybe is a combination, because, you know, I had problems with the clutch before where like the little bolt that held it onto the crankshaft came out, and so I needed to get a replacement. But anyway, but that's fine, because listen, they sent me a new clutch free of charge. They also sent me some other miscellaneous parts for the thing that I needed, so that's fine. But what we're gonna do right now, with a little bit of redneck ingenuity, is fix our tractor. So what happened with the tractor is the bolt that goes into the lever here, and this lever is what controls the front end loader, came out. So I'll show you real quick. And I tried to super glue it, but that didn't work. So you see this, so this bolt, that's my super glue. So this little spindle doodad has a bolt that goes into this box here. And this is what controls the up and down movement of the front end loader. So when you pull it back like this, the loader goes up. And when you push it forward like this, the loader goes down. So that is basically controlled just by this little arm here that goes into there. And so when you pull it back like that, it lifts up. And when you push it in, see that? That's how you make it go down. Now it's still attached to the side-by-side. So this function here, which curls the bucket up or down. So that's still good. And so redneck ingenuity number 1 is baling twine, where so I can pull that, but that's a pain in the neck. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to just zip tie this to that and see if that works. Because, I mean, I don't know if you can see over there, but we got a lot of logs in the front yard, and that's not ideal. And I need this thing in order to move those logs, because I also have an awful lot of logs over there. And I'm trying to have logs just sit around, but since this is currently down, it's difficult not to. And again, I had other priorities for the time being, and I don't have a real good space yet where I can have my tree guys drop logs. So step number 1, let's fix this. Step number 2, hopefully it works. Step number 3, go cry in the corner. Let's hope we don't come to that. And now I've managed to just tie 3 zip ties around this thing, so that's not gonna work. All right, so look at all these zip ties. But, so you see the little, moves in when I push forward, comes out when I pull back. Doesn't hinder the side to side, so hopefully it works. Now the only thing is to start her up and see, and yeah. Also, I neglected to mention this, but I do actually have the real parts coming in so that I can fix it, because it's actually just a couple of bolts to take out, and then we're good to go. So I'm not using the zip ties as a permanent solution. It's just so I can sort of get through this next week, because I think the parts are supposed to come in next week, but I have a lot of stuff to do. And even, you know, because we did some wholesale orders, loading some pallets in the back of my truck was a pain to do, just, you know, pulling that little lever out and back and forth. So this should hopefully get me started on getting back to work. See, I mean, after some cleanup, like, you would never even know, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's see if she works. Yeah! Oh, love that. Okay. So that is some great news. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I'm going to let that warm up, because I have a few things actually on my to-do list. A few, like a million. But, you know, so the problem is I've been talking about this little piece of land for a long time, where we were going to make, you know, this area over here by the road a log drop zone. Now, the problem is we're sort of in this constant state of we need to get logs, because it's really sort of feast or famine with the logs. You know, sometimes they come in all the time. Like right now, I mean, I have 3 piles of big logs right now. And then sometimes it takes, you know, a few weeks or months for it to be right. So with this last load, I mean, and some of this stuff is not ideal, but the guy who brings me this stuff brings the best stuff. So I take some of the not as ideal stuff when I can. But so anyway, so we had this area over here cleared. And then I also had someone come and bring wood chips, but they dumped them over here. So now they're sort of in my way. And now I was thinking that I would be able to sort of clean this up on my own, but now we're sort of also looking to see, you know, the alpacas are doing their warning call, but I think it's just because my parents are over there. Because, you know, I could stump grind this stuff down. You know, it's not a tremendous number of stumps, but then it's also, you know, sort of bringing in enough material to fill this in. And, you know, so if I'm going to pay, how much material am I going to have to bring in? I don't even know, but it's a pretty big area, even though it looks rather small. But anyway, so I'm not sure if we're going to pay somebody to do it yet or not. You know, it's one of those things where, is it worthwhile to spend the extra cash for it then to not be on my plate anymore? Which it might be, because God, what are they alarming at? Probably nothing. But anyway, because the other thing is, like, you know, I should probably be focusing on this fencing. We have open farm day coming, so I want to get that all set. You know, I got a lot of stuff going on, man, as I'm sure you guys all do too. Oh, but anyway, so, because like one of the things on my list is clearing that up. Another is clearing all this stuff up. You know, I did want to also obviously clean this up in here. Ugh. But I think, you know, we took a deposit on a big bear. And this log, that's a big log. So one of these two might actually be that, and that might be good. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that today, because I also am sort of thinking I may want to fix the clutch on the sawmill. But maybe I'll ask if Catherine can help me with that. We'll have to see. I don't know. Because it's also, tomorrow's Friday. I'm not in a rush to get this bear done. But I do want to see if I can move those piles of mulch. So maybe now that I have the loader all set, I'll take a few trips with my dump trailer to dump the wood chips that are over there, back over there. and get prepped, because I do also need to do some more carving for we have shows coming up too. Ah! So anyway, holy bajoli. Anyway, I'm gonna do something and I'll check in with you guys in a minute. It's the next day and I'm down here at the sawmill. It's really windy, so I'm gonna try to do this quick and just show you where the clutch is and what the problem is. So this is what we're dealing with. So this is the clutch here. And so this actually sits on the shaft, the engine, which is in there, and this little key thing is what holds it to it. And so you see, this is supposed to be a centrifugal clutch so that this spins freely while the engine is going, but it had been just going all the time. So even when I wasn't putting on throttle, this was still spinning. So the idea was that the clutch was busted. And so you see this big metal piece back here, that's what they said would fit through. So this shiny piece is part of this, will not fit through this hole. So now I have to dismount the engine, which is really just 4 bolts. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to just get it off. And hopefully I'll be able to just back it up enough. I'm gonna bring a pallet over here so I can just sort of shuffle it backwards, just so it's enough that I can pull that off. Maybe I'll take the gas tank out so I can spin it that way. We'll have to see, I'll figure it out. All right, so you can see this little piece came off. This is all also crazy rusty in here. I don't know why that is. But anyway, like this little bit right here just fell out when I took it out. So I'm really not sure what's going on. But now maybe I can take a look at the actual spindle, see if there's anything going on there. But so, you know, pain in the butt to do, but it actually wasn't that bad. I had to take the battery box off. And so that's sitting over here. So not that big of a deal. A little bit of a pain in the neck though, but I'll have to take a look and see if there's anything wrong with the actual shaft itself. But I have another clutch right over there. So hopefully it's putting that back on and going. Okay, so it's yet again another day here. So I got my new clutch on. I also got my new belt pulley all on there. So we are ready to go. So now it is time to shine. So what I'm thinking is, so previously when I started this up without the belt on it, this clutch was spinning freely when the engine was at idle, which is not supposed to happen. It's supposed to sit and just wait until you throttle up before it goes, because otherwise it just spins the blade. So hopefully if everything went correctly and I fixed it, I'll start this engine. This will not be moving at all. Everybody please cross your fingers, cross your toes, cross your eyes, cross everything, and hope that this works. Let's see. Yeah! See, now that's how it's supposed to go. So the center bearing spins, the outside clutch does not. Give it a second to warm up. Or we'll just give it a little gas. And then it spins. And it should come to a stop. Excellent. How about that, everybody, huh? Ending the video with a win. Love that. Just had Easter. Hope you all had a good holiday if you celebrate. Mill is back up and running. Frickin' finally. So glad that that's done. All right, so that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.